Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me directly for pricing. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today, we are discussing one of the best Breitling launches of 2020. This is the Breitling Chronomat B0142. In its way, it's an homage to an early modern history Breitling watch developed in conjunction with the Italian Frecce Tricolore, effectively Italy's version of the U.S. Blue Angels or Thunderbirds or Britain's Red Arrows. So this watch celebrates what was then, in the early 80s, Breitling's comeback watch. After bankruptcy under the Breitling family, the Schneider family brought Breitling back to the pinnacle of luxury watchmaking with the forerunner of this watch. Now, this watch is designed to echo that one, but it is larger, 42 millimeters in diameter and 15.3 millimeters thick. You can see from lug to lug it is 50.5 millimeters with a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Let's throw it on my wrist. My wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, an oval. And you can see that the watch fits well. It's not really near the edge of my wrist, though I'd say you probably don't want to wear it on a wrist much smaller than 15 centimeters circumference. It's neither super thick nor super thin. You should be okay with a jacket cuff, but maybe not the tightest of dress sleeves. And the best view, the best vantage point is this down the barrel shot, showing how much clearance I have on each side. And here's over the top. You can see it is a large watch, but not a huge watch. This bracelet is another homage to the past. You can see it is the Rouleaux style that would have been available back in 1984 on those comeback chronographs for Breitling. This one is a little bit more elaborate. You can see it features polished intermediates in rose gold, a lovely bevel along the flanks. There is a taper to the links, and then there's satin finish across their tops. In profile, more satin finish, and you can see pins and sleeves are used for sizing this bracelet, but you have quite a few removable links, so you're gonna get the right size. The clasp itself is a big upgrade on history, with a double deploy in action and a twin trigger release, so this one cannot pop open even in vigorous activity. The case is best described as a hybrid of a round case and a cushion case, with sheer sides featuring longitudinal satin finish, a lovely longitudinal polished bevel, and then you can see that the lugheads are also satinated. Then we have the onion style traditional chronomat crown, which is a screw down, and elongated rose gold chronograph pushers, all on a sort of plinth or sheer guard of sorts that doubles as a crown guard. Now you can see that is itself satinated and polished on different facets, so the detailing here is excellent. The watch is 200 meters water resistant, and so a true sports watch. It also features a 120-click unidirectional rotating dive-style bezel with bolts outboard. You can see these little bolts are actually there to fix the bezel to the case. This is a captive bezel construction, much like Zinn uses, meaning you cannot accidentally snap the bezel off by impact. It must be disassembled for removal, making it tougher. Another feature of the original Chronomat from the 80s that stuck around, these rider tabs. You can see they're in a contrasting satin finish that contrasts nicely with the polish of the bezel itself. The rider tabs make it easier to grip the bezel when your hands might be wet, sweaty, or gloved. On the dial, a tachymeter scale, and you can see it's calibrated to 500 units, so this is for gauging the speed of things moving relatively fast. And you use the chronograph in conjunction with the tachymeter to find, for example, the speed of a car over a mile or a car over a kilometer. The sunburst dial is an anthracite metallic sunburst radiating out from the center, and this watch is a very subtle tone-on-tone dial with black registers featuring a concentric stamped guilloche and a countersink, and then that anthracite dial. Breitling, note the wings are gone. You have the Breitling B on the dial, you have the Breitling B on the clasp. The wings are gone because Georges Kern, the CEO of Breitling, wants you to think of Breitling as a land, sea, and sports watch company, not just aviation. Now, it's also important to note that there are applique, polished, and rose gold plated indices. It is a well-loomed dial, and it includes the traditional seconds counterweight for the chronograph. Now, the column wheel of this chronograph is very crisp. I put it up amongst the best, such as the Zenith El Primero Caliber 400 and the Rolex 4130 for pusher feel. The movement, of course, does feature a vertical clutch. In addition to the column wheel, the vertical clutch allows you to start the chronograph without any jump or stagger of the seconds hand and leave the chronograph running without hazard to the watch. Those are the two advantages of the vertical clutch. Flip it over, you can see caliber B01, not designed to be seen, originally launched in 2009, a manufacture movement built for the original chronomats of that era, the bigger Schneider era chronomats, but the movement, never designed to be seen, looks great underneath a display case back. You can see the column wheel in action. vertical clutch system, 47 joules, 5-position adjusted, COSC certified chronometer, a 70-hour power reserve, and of course it is a chronometer with a vertical clutch and a column wheel, so every refinement you would expect in a modern sports chronograph caliber is present in this watch. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details. Back with the Chronomat by night, note all of the hands are loomed, including the chronograph registers, and the hour indices are an intriguing hammerhead style.